What's up, Tricology family, and welcome back to another episode of the Tricology News Talk. Now, for this episode, I kind of split this one up into two parts. Like the first part, I'm going to be talking about everything that was revealed and announced during the D23 Brazil edition Expo, not the American one that we just had. This is the Brazil edition. So we're going to be talking about that. So, but for the first part, and then the second part of the episode, we'll have a movie review on Red One, starring Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Chris Pratt and Lucy Liu on there. So we're going to talk about that on the second part. But this first part is going to be focused on only everything that was announced and revealed at the D23 Brazil Expo. That reveals like all new movies, parts, and everything that we'll be discussing. So, firstly, we're going to be talking about all the upcoming movies from 2020 to 2025 and beyond. So, the first thing they talked about was the live action Lilo and Stitch, and we had a first look of what Stitch looked like in live action, and luckily he looks really good, because I was scared a little bit, because I was like, if they do that freaking Sonic thing that they did before, I was like, we protesting. Nah, y'all need to fit Stitch. But luckily, Stitch looks really good. He looks really good, man. So, but with that in mind, I want to know what Jumba and Pleakley are gonna look like in a few months, cause I think Lilo and Stitch coming out in, if I'm not mistaken, on Memorial Day weekend. Hold on, let me see for a second real quick. Lilo and Stitch live action. Yeah, May 23rd. Kind of close to the Labor Day weekend or the week before. So yeah, not far apart. So yeah, everything's looking good. So next thing we're gonna be talking about is that they revealed that they will be making a Ice Age 6. Man, I didn't even know they was gonna. Now, it's gonna be just under. Is it gonna be under Disney, or is it gonna be under 20th Century Studios? It's got to be under 20th Century Studios, because Ice Age franchise originally was from Fox, before Disney bought the rights to all the Fox acquisition properties and all that stuff. So, man, I used to love Ice Age, especially with that squirrel that be having that acorn, trying to bury the acorn in the promos in the book. Oh my god, that was some funny stuff in there. So yeah, they revealed Ice Age 6, man, and they put in detail that it's now in production. So, if I had to give it a take, maybe, because you know how sometimes anime takes very long. So I haven't guessed. Maybe in 4 years, probably like in 2028, if I had to take a guess. But we'll see how it goes. But moving on, we got some new look on Toy Story 5. So we already know the details on 2025. It's just basically like, like Bonnie is not playing with the toys anymore. She's more into like the iPad, the technology and stuff. So we got another look showing a Buzz Lightyear army that has a red dot in front of their chest. So it's kind of and they mentioned that the Buzz Lightyear armies is going to be one. I don't know if they're going to be like the main villain, but they are the villains of the movie. I don't know if there's going to be one or two villains, so it's got to be someone controlling the Buzz Lightyear army. It can't be them by themselves. So, but other than that, when I look at this first look of the Buzz Lightyear armies, it's kind of it looks very familiar to Will Smith's iRobot. That's the vibe I got from there. So it's going to be very interesting. I'm very looking forward to Toy Story 5, and but with that in mind, we move on everything to Marvel. And so we got some Scarlet Witch update, and it says here on from discussing films, films. If I say it right, sorry for the misquotation, but it says that Kevin Feige says on the future of Scarlet Witch in the MCU, he says, all I can say is that we're excited to find out when and how she will come back. So, if she does come back, they gotta explain like how does she survive at the ending of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So we need some updates on that. So, and also in mind, we got some updates as far as when the X-Men is going to be making their debut in the MCU. So Kevin Feige says the X-Men will be important to the MCU after the events of the Avengers Secret Wars. Like, yes, I like where they're going. So Avengers Secret Wars should be the last MCU movie of the multiverse saga, and then after that we should be focusing on the mutant saga. Like the X-Men should be the main focus going into the mutant saga of the MCU. Like the Avengers had their time, okay, so we just need to focus on the X-Men and any other mutant characters that we can think of. So that's just where I stand as far as like the MCU is concerned. So as far as Spider-Man is concerned, we got another tweet coming from as far as like what's the deal with Spider-Man. Kevin Feige says when he asked the question on when Miles Morales will be introduced into the MCU, Kevin Feige says Miles will appear in the third Spider-Verse movie, which is a part of Sony, but hopefully and shortly after that, he will enter the MCU in live action. So, I have my candidates on who should be Miles Morales in the live action one, but we're still waiting on the last the third Spider-Verse movie, because you know that we're after that cliffhanger in the last Spider-Verse movie, we need that third one. We don't know when it's gonna open up, but we just had to wait until then. And then we also got some sneak previews on on the TV series for the MCU that's gonna be coming out next year, including what if the final season, the Spider-Man animated series, Daredevil Born Again, and so yeah, it's looking good so far. And we got a little trailer with Fantastic Four, the first steps. We don't know when we gonna get the official trailer when it released online. I know they showed it in at the Expo, and I know it's gonna be taken down, and once people start posting on social media because they don't want people to see it. So we just have to wait and see when the official trailer is gonna be released. And they gave us some footage from the Thunderbolts and also Captain America: Brave New World. Those trailers and sneak peeks have already made it online, and they look really good. I'm definitely excited for Captain America: Brave New World. And with that in mind, let's move on to the theme parks. Now I'm only going to be talking about the Walt Disney World parks. I'm not going to be talking about the Disneyland and other parts. It's because I live in Florida, in Miami, and Disney World is where I'm at. So we're gonna be talking about much about that. But if you want to hear about the stuff they be talking about from Disneyland, California, y'all can look that up online. But with that in mind, we got some backstory reveal on the villains that's gonna be in the Villains Land, that's possibly in the works and coming soon to the Magic Kingdom. So they say in the right here, and I quote, they say they will not have a spell as he has summoned the villains in the land. The heroes don't come save the day. They might not have a happily after. So they mentioned the villains that's going to be a part of this on the names. But as I look through this the concept and look deeply into the concept art, it looks like Maleficent is gonna be the main centerpiece of this villain's land, because like you had the Sleepy Beauty castle right in front of it. Then you see Maleficent's bird crow right there. You see Maleficent herself when she is transformed into the dragon, and probably a roller coaster theme after to Maleficent. I don't know what that underwater looks like. Maybe it's a long coaster. Some say it's two coasters, but I don't think they're gonna have two roller coasters. That's crazy. So they're probably just gonna have just one roller coaster and one like trackless ride. But I don't know what's that gonna be. But as far as the two other buildings that I'm looking at, that I look at in the concept art, there's one building that's like cool and blue-ish building, which I think it could be centered to Hades from Disney's Hercules, and then another building that's like warm and red orange like, maybe centered to Jafar from Aladdin, if I had to take a guess. But that's all I can say. But maybe they'll give us some more details in the future on how the other villains going to be have a presence in this land. But if it was me, when this land opens, and by the time they get to the fall and Halloween season, and when they do the Mickey Not So Scared Halloween party, they should have all the villains at the Cinderella Castle and the main one, and then they direct the guests straight into Village Land. That's what I think they should do. That's it. I mean, that's just my opinion. I think that's a good idea. But hey, that's just me. That's all I can give much on what I think they should do. But yeah. But other than that, they gave us another detail on the. If I look, just looking through my notes here. Oh, we got a concept art on the Pirates of the Caribbean lounge that's gonna be built right next to the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Magic Kingdom, and I like it. It looks really good. Like it's very established. They got a bar and a restaurant, so I love it. I can't wait to see how it looks on the full hand. So I'm liking how it's looking. Imagine saw like other characters, not really sure, but so far I'm only seeing Moana, so yeah, we'll have to see how else that they can go from there. And the last thing I want to mention is the cars detail. So they say that a car e-ticket at the Magic Kingdom will be the first ever trackless high-speed thrill ride. So just by looking at it and how it's going to be, maybe this should be a kind of like the Speedway ride at Magic Kingdom, but with more adrenaline. Like when you go to if you live in Florida, you remember you used to have the Boomers, and they have or if you go to the Extreme Park and you have the go-kart racing, yeah, that's what it should be. It should be like a go-kart racing type for cars. That's exactly what that should be. But hey, that's just my idea. But it's it's supposed to be like an ATV style cars that you're driven around the mountains. So maybe kind of similar to Star Wars: The Rise of the Resistance. That if I had to take a guess, or maybe like Test Track. If they do it just like Test Track, hey, it looks good. So that's much they have. But in the details here, it's going to be a trackless ride, kind of similar to Test Track or Star Wars or Rise of the Resistance. So yeah, that's all I got as far as the cars is concerned. But I'm hearing the other details that that the Big Thunder Mountain will be closing, not closing, but closed for refurbishment, and then open up again next year, 2026. So that will, I think, that will give them time to kind of give them a head start on the Cars Land, because I know that Rivers of America and the Tom Sawyer Island is going to be closing soon, and it will be gone forever. So I don't know when that's going to happen, but yeah, I'll look out for any updates of when that happens. But that's all the news and announcement and reveal that happened at D23 Brazil Expo. Let me know in the comments below what are your thoughts and opinions, and if you're watching me on YouTube or listening to me on YouTube Music, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell when new episodes are uploaded. And of course, if you're listening on Spotify or any other audio platforms, don't forget to follow me as well. And with that being said, this is Trico, and I'm signing off, y'all. Peace.